Hey everyone, so tonight I'm doing a review on something completely different, not Marvel Legends. I'm going to be doing The Walking Dead. It's these little I'm sure you guys have seen these little connector sets. They're kind of like similar to Legos but more detailed. I figured for Halloween for this month of October, every Friday after this Friday, the next 3 Fridays, I'm going to do something kind of, horror-ish type theme. So it may be Walking Dead, it may be, a Marvel zombie, or, something that's kind of Halloween themed, just for Fridays. But anyway, so we'll go ahead and go over the package. So it just says AMC, The Walking Dead. It's 112 pieces, 12 and up. Shows kind of how they connect. Look kind of similar to Legos, but just kind of more sculpted details on the outside. It's the hospital doors I've always liked. The very first season, I love that scene when he goes to the door with the "Do Not Open," dead inside, and the creepy hand comes through. Very cool scene. Has Rick in his hospital gown. On the side of the package here, it has Rick from the first season. It says Hospital Doors, The Walking Dead, AMC, building set. On the back here, just kind of gives you some more of the details along with the other sets in the series. I do like the RV, but I don't know if I'll be spending $50 on that. So I'm kind of bummed. Maybe once the price drops down. Top here just says The Walking Dead, Hospital Doors. Same thing on the side here. It has a picture of Rick, along with the barcode on the bottom. I got this for $13.99 on Amazon Prime. It was on sale, so and it's still that price right now, and it's pretty new. All right, so we're going to get this thing open. All right, get the knife out and just cut the little tabs on the top here. There we go. But I have to say, it is a cool box. I do like the way these guys' packaging is. Get this opened. So first we have a little pamphlet here. Looks like the instruction manual. Very cool, nicely pictured. I like the blood spattering on the kind of blood spattering on the inside. Just kind of gives you directions and how to put the thing together, along with the little minifigure. So I'm going to get this stuff out. Wow, a lot of baggies. All right, so spreading out the bags. Have all of them. There's the little minifigure. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and build this together right in front of you guys. All right, guys, so here it is, fully built. I did plan on building it on camera, however, it was just taking me too long. I haven't done a building set in probably years. It's probably been at least over 10 years. It's been a long time. I just kept fiddling around with it, taking too long, so I just stopped. I just built it off camera, and then so here it is. It's really nice. So I'll go ahead and go over the little minifigure. So it comes with this little Rick minifigure. He is articulated. It's just on these little joints, so you can just kind of, you can move his arms up and down. His head looks left and right. Legs do not move. They can, but they just will look funky if they are moved. It comes with this little, this looks kind of goofy to me, but I can see why it helps him stand. But otherwise, it's got a nice, it does look like Rick for being such a small little figure. It's got the nice long, grown beard, little hospital gown with the wraps around his stomach. But overall, it's done really nice for being so tiny. Let me show you guys how small he really is. Did the kids take my tape measure? It's looking so. Yes, I cannot find my tape measure, but I'll just show you guys here next to my pocket knife. So it's just a generic pocket knife. So he's not even, he's tiny. Sorry for such terrible measurements. These things keep falling. But overall, I think it's a really nice figure. Let's see if I can get it up close to focus. So you kind of see the paint. Doesn't have any pupils or anything. He's so tiny. But overall, I mean, for how small he is, it's not too bad. He's got some paint blemishes on the corners here, but you can kind of see the gaps. I've been trying to press this in here, but I cannot get rid of that gap. But overall, not bad. But he's just in a couple little pieces. He's popped together. There you go. There's your little Rick. Now, for the set itself, it's really nicely detailed. These are just these things tend to, if you move it around a lot, these things with the little wiring will slide around. But overall, it turned out really well. This does not attach. It has a little peg hole, so I guess you can arrange the gravel how you want. I just kind of follow the instructions, but it just shows this kind of up against here like that. But we'll go ahead and bring it up close, and we'll check out the details. Tons of details, just like, like any McFarlane. Just the way all the sculpting looks. You can see there's tons of, gravel. It's really nice. You can see all the, smashed up ceiling, how it's fallen down, and you can see parts of the rail, like kind of the metal structure, little bits of hoses. Really cool. You can see like a little fire alarm over there, more parts of the ceiling that's kind of crumbled down. I really like these blood spatters. You got some blood over here. And the whole wall looks, just a nice wash over the cracked tile. I think that looks really good. All these are just kind of held on by little single pegs. Now looking on the front where it says don't open, dead inside, the little hands crawling through. So basically how the hands are, they're just in the single little thing that they kind of pop in here. Took me a little bit of force to get those in because they're very pliable, and mine was warped in the package, so the little zombie hands were all in almost like a C shape, so it was kind of a pain to get it to stick in here. But overall, I think it turned out okay. That kind of bugs me. You can kind of see the little black thing above here that shows where it's holding the walker's arms, but you can't tell too much. But overall, I mean, just looking at the whole sculpt itself, you can kind of see the exit sign over here. It's kind of covered up, but you can kind of see more of that grimy look on the top of the ceiling. That looks really cool. I like all the wash over the metal. I mean, it's got a great amount of detail. It's a really nice little display piece. Definitely the more you move it around, it's gonna kind of stuff's gonna fall down. It's just how it is. I really like the little wood. I'm trying to get some better shots. Let me see if I can zoom in. It's pretty good. So you can definitely see the blood on the door. You can see blood on the railing, on the grips. You can see blood on the chain, and it looks really cool. Those hands look pretty neat. They look like burn victims more than walkers to me. But you can see kind of the wood graining on the board that's been slid through the door. But I think overall that turned out pretty well. I like how you can see kind of the dents in the bottom of the door there, kind of some dent, like bullet hole right there on the top of the door. You can see more of the scratch marks on the door. The way the don't open, dead inside looks, it's really nicely done. It looks like someone just kind of painted it on there real quick to get out. I mean, that looks great. I think that whole scene is just such a cool scene. Then coming along here, trying to make it not too blotchy, but you can see more of that blood markings on the bottom. I did mess up and I put that blood square in the wrong area at first. The instructions aren't, well, for me, because I haven't done it in a long time to build these guys. Instructions weren't as clear as I hoped they would be. I was kind of hoping the pieces, the baggies may be numbered kind of like Legos, but they weren't. So it's just kind of a mixture. Rick's head was in a different bag than the rest of the body. So it's just like little things like that that just kind of slowed the process down for me. I'm sure you guys won't have any issues if you buy this set. But just the way the walls look, it's nice, grimy, grungy, worn down look. I really like the way the hoses look, how they got that nice kind of wash over them just along here. Just really brings out all those nice sculpted details of the hoses hanging down. The brown door looks good. Let's see if I can get this to move out of the way. Get that back up there. Stay up there. Ah, there we go. You see more of that blood spot. Oh, man, this one, just because I'm holding it. Usually if it's, yeah. You can see more of that blood spatter right there on the bottom. Just looks gross and grimy, like just a disgusting hospital. I like the way the brown door looks. You can see more of that more sculpted, scratching, worn out look. I really like how these turned out too. This kind of crumbled part of the wall. But overall, I think that looks great. And then this piece is kind of interesting. You can see a little shoe, box. Looks like part of a newspaper, a little book. I'm guessing a little Bible right there. But very cool. Overall, I think it's oh man, that thing just keeps, that does not want to stay. Overall, I'll zoom back out. There we go. If that wasn't too shaky for you guys. I'll show you the back. I think it's just not staying in the back of it real quick. You can kind of see more of the gravel right there. I get so annoyed when things just don't stay where they're supposed to. It really bugs me. There we go. You can see the back of the door again. But overall, I mean, it's not a huge set. Let me show you guys next to a normal Marvel Legend. Okay, so here's, Bucky Cap looking like a monster looking over this thing. Of course, that little thing falls back down. But I did find my tape measure, so I will be able to... Okay, I'm just going to leave that there for right now. Getting annoyed. So it stands a little over 3.5... Right, yeah, a little over 3.5 inches It's roughly almost 5 inches long, but then you can see the little minifigure. Let's go ahead and keep the tape measure out. So he stands roughly right at just under 2 inches. And this little thing here kind of helps him stand, so you can get him if I can even do it. I just don't have the gentle hand. There we go. So you can get him kind of posed in there, you know, looking at the door. Oh no. Right, so. But there you go, guys. That's my review. Hope you like this little simple but different, you know, review that I've done in the past. Overall, I do like it. I think it's a nice little display piece. You know, great for like Halloween decoration, or if you have more of these sets to kind of, you know, space them out along a shelf. It is cool to have this from that, you know, big important scene, kind of that fun scene, you know, from season 1. Very cool to get that. Overall, I think it's worth it. I definitely think it's worth the $13.99. But I think other store, you know, you could find it at comic book stores. I think it's in the $20 range. I do not think it's worth $20. But that's my personal opinion. You know, I'm an action figure guy, so I like to be able to pose and play around with them. This is definitely just kind of like a model. But there you go, guys. That's my review of the Walking Dead Hospital Door set, builder set. Please leave a comment, hit the like button, and subscribe if you haven't. All right, thanks, guys. Have a great night.